good. All right. Why don't you just introduce yourself to the students, where you're from, who you are, so forth.
Okay. Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm 27 years old, and all my life I have been living in Ukraine, in one city. I'm not counting the parts of my life when I was traveling. And I'm working for IT company as a business development and sales manager. So that's pretty much a short bio of me. I'm playing piano, I like to sing, I like to travel a lot, and I guess that's all. If you're interested in any other things of my bio, you can ask questions. What is our agenda? How we are doing? You have questions to me, or I should start talking?
Yes, we have questions.
So go ahead. Why don't you ask your questions,
Okay,
Stefan?
I'll start. So my first question is, in your opinion, who has the upper hand in the conflict, referring to the pro-Russians and the Ukrainians, and how is it influential to daily life and to the economics?
Can you repeat the beginning of the question? The connection was bad.
In your opinion, who has the upper hand in the conflict?
Who had the upper hand in the conflict? Well, in my opinion, the conflict was, kind of dreaming for many years, because as most probably all of you know, Ukraine was all dependent on many other countries, especially Russia, because of the gas situation, because of actually everything. Because it's only theoretically 20 and something years ago we went out the Soviet Union, but practically we were still in there. So the upper hand is the power, the government, which was before, actually all previous governments, because they were usually all the time pro-Russian, not counting the president which we had in 2005, the one which won after Orange Revolution, if you know about that. So, and it's really influential because actually the big part of Eastern Ukraine now is in war, literally. So everything stopped there, and any kind of business that people had there, it's not possible to do now anything. So I know lots of companies, especially IT companies that are because I work there in the sphere, they just moved here, like the whole company, all 50 people, they rent office in my city and they're working here. Lots of families moved from there here also. So economically, yes, because country is poor, we have no money at all. We have no money at all, and if you have some money, everything is going for army. I hope so, that everything is going for army. Did I answer everything?
Yes.
Or I missed something? Okay. Because now we have like 12 and I have 9 p.m. and I'm tired as hell after work, so I can do something.
Okay, I have another question. Lviv is a city that is rich in culture. The city survived Nazi and Soviet occupation during World War II. It is also in the West, which is mostly influenced by Europe. Mr. Caprada told us that you live there, so do you think that living there has changed your opinion about the conflict?
The last part, change what, sorry?
Like your opinion about the conflict. Your opinion about the conflict.
I can't hear, sorry.
Your
Can you speak the last part?
Yeah. How has living in Lviv changed your opinion about the conflict, or influenced your opinion about the conflict?
Okay, well, the thing is that Ukraine through the centuries was divided. And the biggest part, the east and central Ukraine, was in the Russian part, the Russian Empire, and the part I live in, Western Ukraine, we were under Poland and also some years under Austrian-Hungarian Empire. So as you understand, the people are different, completely different. Like from west to east, we are one country, but we have different mentality. Like it's not bad, but we are different. And from the very beginning, of course, there were people supporting everything from the very beginning of Euromaidan. Like 99% were supportive. And of course, in Eastern Ukraine, people were not that supported, but after some time, they also divided. My views, they didn't change. And I guess that lots of people who I know, lots of people who live here, their views also didn't change. And they became actually more stronger. We are pro-European, but we are pro-European because we think that all government that we have any other, is the government we had before, now, or future, should be controlled by somebody. Because they are uncontrollable, and if the European Union can do that, please. If somebody else, but not Russia, also. So, like, it hasn't changed anything. We were, as from the very beginning, yeah, we are on the same page and on the same level.
I have another question. Are you in favor of splitting the country in two, or do you want it to stay out, like as one, or what do you, like, how would you like the conflict to end?
No, I'm not in favor of splitting the country. If somebody would told me that everything would stop and from the tomorrow morning you would live like the normal life as you did before, start developing and reconstructing the country, and the only things they said that if, for example, some parts, those two regions, Donetsk and Lugansk, would become their own country, I guess that I would be ready for that. I'm not in favor, but I would be ready for that. But I know that if they would get their own independence, it will not be over. Because some big bosses have their own plans, and unfortunately, it's not on our own to decide or change it. So I'm not in favor, not at all. Because I know lots of people who are not in favor of it, and they live there.
Go ahead, next question.
Okay. How has all the conflict and all the events that have been happening impact your life and like your experience like in a daily life, like as an individual?
And there was the loss of connection.
Should have to ask again.
How has your life?
We might have.
Oh,
It's okay. Okay, your video's turned off. Let's see. Okay, she's back. Let's just. Or she's not. Okay, let's join call. Okay, hold on.
Hi
again.
Okay, hold on. Can you see us? Tell me when you. Okay, can you see us?
Yes.
Okay, we lost the internet for a second. We're back. I have a question from the back of the room. She's going to speak up so you can hear her.
How has your life changed on a daily basis as an individual that lives in Ukraine?
Can you repeat it again, or maybe Frank, can you repeat it because I didn't hear anything
Okay.
else?
How has your life changed since the conflict began, like on a daily basis? What type of impact has it had on your personal and daily life?
I became a big expert in politics. Actually, not big expert, but for your information, lots of young people here in Ukraine, they are not interested. They're apolitical because, well, for years nothing were changing, and we were not interested. But from now on, like every morning starts from news. I have my favorite newspapers. Well, people started being interested in politics, and that's nice, because young people are those people like you. Like in few years, you will be those people who will be changing and ruling the country. So the same people who I know, like we are changing the country now, like at least we are trying. So that's why we became more political. Those days before, when like Maidan started, and after all, we were like, I would say that we just skipped that year, because nothing really happened. Like we didn't have that much, I don't know, we didn't go for party, we didn't go traveling that much, we didn't do anything because we were involved with that. So I just don't know what happened, because when I'm thinking about something that was a year ago, it was already 2 years ago, because like, for example, last November or last December I was in Kiev or something like that. So it changed a lot, and I guess lots of people started being more patriotic. If they were not interested in the country, now they are interested, now they are proud, now they go to Europe, they go traveling around the world, and they're proud to say, I'm Ukrainian. So people started loving their country, and they want to fight for it. Well, actually what they're doing now.
Thank you.
Okay, I have another question, and it is, what role has Julia Tymoshenko played on the current conflict?
Well, it's kind of a tricky question. I'm not the one who will tell you what role some politics play, because they are all playing big roles. And the thing is that we don't know. Some of them are good, some are bad, but actually in reality no one knows who is standing behind. And of course she played something, and like from the very beginning, like a few years ago, when she actually sold out some part of the country. Like she sold out, not sold out like in brackets. She made some horrible agreements which were not good for the country concerning the gas. Like the price was unbelievably high, and she signed out some contracts with it was connected with the harbor in Crimea. Like I'm not sure how to call it in English, but she basically sold out that harbor to Russian Federation for I don't know, next 50 years. So she was in favor, I guess. Personally, I don't like her, and lots of people also, they don't like her. And when she comes back from the prison in Maidan, and it was something like that, oh come on, please, like we are in trouble and you again, so go away, something like that. She's not in favor anymore. She's not, and like she did lots of bad things for the country. That's what I can say. And what role in the conflict now, I'm not able to say.
Thank you. We have another question in the back.
Okay, so what do you think personally about Putin as a president? And